In this video, we're going to be discussing the M99 rifle, the service rifle of Aquilan. Before that, enjoy this short cinematic item. Let's make this quick. The M99 or the Model 1899 is the standard issue rifle for the Aquilan Rifleman, Medic, and Grenadier classes. It deals a base damage of 60, ramping up to 100 when shot at an enemy within 50 studs, firing at a rate of 1.8 seconds per cycle. If you'd like to use this on other maps, which you probably will after watching this video or trying it out yourself, then you'll need the Aquilan Theater Veteran Badge, which requires you to get through the entire Aquilan Theater, which means from Roland's Prairie to downtown Kelowna. Just like all the other rifles, it also has a stripper clip holding max capacity of 5 rounds. It has a bayonet when you are an infantry. Just like every other rifle, the headshot multiplier is 2 times and the limb multiplier is 8 times. Do the math on how much damage you'll get there. Thing is, the M99 and all the other service rifles have the exact same stats. So why is there a dedicated video for each of them, and why is this one in particular so special? Well, you're about to find out. Here's the thing. While the technical stats like damage, accuracy, reload time, and rate of fire are the exact same on all 4 of the standard rifle variants, their appearance, models, iron sights, and handling are most definitely not. This is why people start to develop preferences for different rifles because of their different sizes, appearances, aiding them in gameplay, and just having a better aesthetic overall. There's a reason why a lot of people hate the M1889LA, even though it's the exact same as the others in terms of stats, because it's a mag-fed lever action, and for most people that's pretty uncool. The M99 is actually my favorite in terms of handling, iron sights, and looks, but for now we're gonna keep it to just looks because that's a really big difference between the others. See, the M99 is based off the Lee Metford rifle, the predecessor to the Lee Enfield rifle, which is a rifle that I really enjoy the appearance of because of the pretty straight stock, the long barrel, and the rounded wood stock. I also enjoy that they used a larger bolt instead of the smaller like Mauser bolts like what you'd find on the Arisaka and the Spanish Mauser. That's really something I dig with this rifle because it's quite different from what I'm used to. Now, into how you actually use this thing and why it's probably the best of the standard rifles in the game, in my opinion. Yeah, if you haven't been able to tell by now, most of this video is gonna be pretty subjective. Compared to the other standard rifle variants, it seems like the M99 has a tendency to be much better at longer ranges. Use that to your advantage because on larger maps like Route 23, Roland's Prairie, and more open maps, it will most definitely help you there. The M99 is also the king of strafing in my opinion. If you don't know what that is, I'll put it up on the screen for you right about now. In short, strafing allows you to move while firing, reposition while firing, and also have a higher hit percentage because, well, there's a lot of bloom in this game, and even with the M99, there's still quite a bit. Remember how I said that the guns have different models in this game? Well, that also includes the iron sights. It wouldn't make sense if all of them had the exact same iron sights. The M99 has objectively the best iron sights in the game because it's just a ring with a post on the end. It's very clear, it's very easy to follow, and it's kind of like the ear-tech in modern times. Another advantage of the M99 and also the E8 is that they are both easier to get than the Seaton Theater veteran guns, which are the TO5 and the M1889LA, meaning that it is far easier to be able to use this on any map than the M1889. So even if you prefer the M1889, which handles very similarly to the M99, you're better off using the M99. The M99 also seems to have the best handling out of the 4 standard rifle variants. A lot of other people who have tried the M99 have said that it seems to sway less from side to side when you're moving, and it also stays on target more than others. I don't know if they mean this by autofire, but I interpret it as them being able to keep the crosshair on target much easier than with the other guns. Again, this might just be mouse setups and other things relating to personal preferences for how you play the game, but in my experience, I've also felt that too. Testing on 0.68 sensitivity with 1000 DPI on the mouse, I found that the M99 sways less from side to side than the E8, the M1889, and the TO5. The runner-up was the E8, and the worst was definitely the TO5. Man, the TO5 really gets a bad rep. Such a shame, it has such a good model. Yeah, the M99, even though it's a standard rifle variant, it's just good. It seems better than the others. I also enjoy the E8 a lot. I changed my mind about it quite a few times because at sometimes it would be bad and sometimes it would be good for me. But with the M99, there's just a certain kind of consistency that I find in using it. No matter which map I'm on and no matter how I want to play that day, it will always work out. Now, take into account that Aquilan is most definitely my favorite nation so far, but I'd say that I really do enjoy the M99 past Aquilan and past gameplay stats. It looks good, it's always reliable, and I've never had a bad experience with it. Yeah, and surprisingly or unsurprisingly, depending on how you look at it, people don't really have complaints about this thing. When they load into the Aquilan theater and they're put on the Aquilan side, they often enjoy it quite a bit. I was lucky enough to have a bunch of my friends give this game another chance after a horrible experience on Capri Valley, and they said that the gun handled so much better than what they had in the Capri Valley map. Yeah, so you can tell that there's a lot of opinions here. So what are my final thoughts on the M99? In conclusion, the M99 is probably my favorite gun in all of Centaura. It's just so dependable. There's something about it that I truly enjoy more than the others. The E8 and the TO5 may have the historical accuracy and the better rep in real life, but the M99 just has something else that makes it better for me. Now, you may disagree, and that's perfectly fine. Like whatever rifles you like the nation you like. But if a lot of people agree with me that the M99 is a good gun, then I'm pretty sure that it's more than a just opinion, and maybe it really is better. But as always, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed and I hope you have a good one. You remember that cinematic from the start of the video? You will be seeing the full version of that very, very soon. Stay tuned. Thanks for watching once again, and remember, only the dead have seen the end of war.